And welcome on in, everybody. This is going to be kind of a first test video on doing these kind of things, doing these big reveals, stuff that we kind of do, that we being me, kind of showcase off stream to kind of give you a sneak peek look into the new ships or new features coming out with every new arc that Star Trek Fleet Command drops on us. So let's go ahead and get right into it. All right. Throw this baby in the oven, and here we are. All right, 3.712 million power, and let's go ahead and for a measly 513,000 titanium, let's go ahead and build her. Only gonna take a day to do. Waiting on that. Boring. So let's go ahead and speed her on up, and let's let it rip. So majestic, so beautiful. She's so beautiful. Awesome music selection out of nowhere. I dig it. I dig the music. All right. And there we have it, the USS Reliant. Bah. It's like the music player decided to find the best music possible for this very moment. Kudos. All right. So out of the dock, the ship goes from 3.712. When with my research, bumps it up to 4.337. So not bad at all. Any upgrades out of the box? So we got. So it looks like, looking at the different nodes, it's like the Revenant, where you have just ship specific parts, at least for tier 1 there. So we're going to need the common USS Reliant parts to get her upgraded. So we'll go ahead and do what any good commander does when he gets this new ship is. Let's go ahead and level it up. All right. So 4-5 with no crew whatsoever. Let's go ahead and do something like, let's go ahead and throw on the usual loot crew on there. And since we're actually going to be using Carol Marcus in this for augment grinding, so that takes us to 4914 in space dock. Other key indicators here real quick. So out of the dock, we're just running a loot crew, no protected cargo. We got 322,000 protected cargo with my research. A warp range of 62, warp speed of 86. With just a tier 1, level 5. The furthest we can get is level 30, is a level 38 system. So let's take her for a spin, shall we? All right. Cool. So now since we're in the system, let's take a look at our first D7 class hostile. Alright, so there we go. Proof in the pudding. So our first one there. So not much damage taken at a tier 1 USS Reliant there. Gave us 49,000 common splicers there. And let's claim the mega chest there and see what got ourselves, of course, champion trophy. But for out of the gate, yeah, it may end up being a good auto grinder. Let's go ahead and. So in this instance, you may not use a. You may not want to use a full loot crew if the Reliant is your passive grinding ship. You may end up wanting to use a loot crew, but not your best loot crew to do it if you're looking to actually grind out some additional stuff for your pulls for now, at least until you tier up the Reliant. So we'll go ahead and leave that going there for meow. Let's go ahead and head into the faction store. All right. So we got the Reliant mega claim here. So since we got enough parts there, we're gonna do a 2-chest pull, and that's gonna give us right about 16,500 common Reliant parts. So with our first upgrade, so it looks like it'll be a 1 node a day type thing if you're doing double pulls. So first things first, probably. So the first warp upgrade will give you 85 from originally from 62 by way of mine. So that will definitely help in regards to. So we'll go ahead and do that first, just to increase our range of how much further we can go out. And we can actually do another pull here. Impulse engines. Slight increase to impulse speed. Always surprising when impulse upgrades actually increase impulse. Alrighty. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and upgrade the photonic torpedoes then too. Alrighty, guys. So there she is. The Reliant Tier 1 out of the box, no upgrades packs aside from just purchasing the ship. So what I probably would say is if you're going to do an active grind, use your biggest loot cruise there. And then probably for the Reliant as a farming, if you're planning on using it just to farm D7s and YTs, go and put a loot crew, but don't put your best loot crew on there. So, alrighty. So that about wraps it up. Thank you all for checking out the USS Reliant with me, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace.